I'm Bob Duncan. I've been a member at First Pres for about 35 years. I've been connected with Y-Men, which is in North Lawndale, Chicago, for well over 15 years now. But My Brother's Kitchen is a rather new part of that opportunity. My Brother's Kitchen has been around at Y-Men for quite a number of years. But just last fall, we began to go on Saturday mornings to work at My Brother's Kitchen and prepare and serve meals to the people in Lawndale.
My name is Nancy Kavanaugh, and I have been a member of First Pres for about 5 years now. My Brother's Kitchen kind of started for me with the racial reconciliation cohorts. We also would plan activities and events that we could go and have different experiences. And one of those experiences was going down to My Brother's Kitchen and volunteering. One of the times that was probably the most special for me is that morning there were a whole bunch of books at the table, as well as clothing and shoes. And I happened to notice about halfway through the meal that there were a couple of boys that had come in with their grandfather. So I went and sat down with the boys while they were eating and talked to them a little bit and asked if they would like to come over and see the books that were on the table. And so they joined me over at the table, and we looked through all of the books that were there. And at first I read a few of the picture books to them, and we went through them that way. And then they started reading to me, and they were just really excited to see all of those books that were kids' books, and they recognized some of the books, and they were proud to be able to read. And it was just a really exciting moment to be able to have a really even deeper way to connect with people and to have something that really excited the kids, and to see them get excited about that.
So if someone wanted to get involved with My Brother's Kitchen, it's pretty simple. The fastest way is to contact Steve Nelson or Bonnie Nelson at their emails and say, I'd like to go down to North Lawndale and be part of Our Brother's Kitchen. It happens the first Saturday of every month in the morning for a couple of hours. And you can go once, or you can go every month for a long duration of time.
My name is Andrea Scott McCluskey, and my family and I have been coming to First Pres for 11 years. I was part of the mission trip that went to the Dominican Republic this past February. One of the things that was most memorable for me was the trip to the barrio, and the barrio was like the actual neighborhood where most of the families lived. And it was really, people say things are life-changing to them, but it really, really was this amazing experience. I remember on the way there, I mean, the landscape it's so beautiful. It's, like lush green hills and just a beautiful, beautiful area. But as you're going into these very, very just poverty-stricken areas and homes, it was nothing like anything I had ever been exposed to before. We went to where we were going to meet with his family, and it was a really, really humbling experience for me, and also for the couple who were there as well, to see the way in which they lived, and to see the small resources that they had, and just to think about the ways in which people can really help and can really, really make a difference.
My name's Tyler Qualio. We've been coming to First Pres for 7 years.
Mm-hmm. So I'm Steph Qualio, and we have two girls, Chase, who is a sophomore, and Mackie, who is in 7th grade.
We went to the Dominican last February, and as a family we discussed that we're pretty fortunate people, and our kids are great kids, but them being able to see how the rest of the world lives and being able to give back, and we just, again, feel very, very blessed. So this was a good opportunity for us as a family to go and help.
I think for our girls, it was it's very eye-opening. We don't see people living that way here. I think it hopefully cemented in them wanting to help out just in all different areas, and locally and worldwide, and just to be thankful for what we have, but also knowing that what we have materially is not what's important.
So the next opportunity to work with Kids Alive in Constanza in the Dominican Republic will be this upcoming President's Day weekend. February 14th through the 19th is the scheduled trip. When you're there, you'll have 3 different ways that you'll be able to experience God's love and presence. One is at the school with the children and with the teachers and engaging with them. 2 would be to see God's work within the community of Constanza. Then 3rd would be to help improve housing. We are typically working on a project to help improve the housing of those in need. Your help would be greatly appreciated. If you're able to attend, we would love to have you. If you are unable to attend this year's mission trip, there are still ways that you can get involved. You can donate to Kids Alive by going onto their website or through the First Pres website and finding it. You can also sponsor a child through Kids Alive or multiple children where you can see them grow and flourish in God's love.
I think seeing people that maybe have been dealt a tough hand, but accepting that and believing that it's all part of a greater plan and still having faith.
I believe that we are to be one another's brothers and sisters, and this is one way that I can be a sister to other people, to some other people whose lives are not quite like mine. The intersection of our lives is something that I think is God ordained.
In terms of thinking about not just being a faith of praying and going to church, but doing. And that's been something that has been important to me, to try to get involved. And sometimes I'm someone that I need to do something really big to jumpstart something versus starting a little smaller. And so for me, this was something that showed me how important it is to really get out there. And I use the phrase, be the hands and feet of Christ, because I think that is something that we are all called to do.